What can I do for you?
Hey Kubos, what's up? Finally here today, Final Fantasy Talk, and today we're going to talk about some more Final Fantasy X news, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about Final Fantasy X Free. Yes, this audio drama scene at the end of Final Fantasy X HD. So many people think that this is a hint to a Final Fantasy X Free, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It does kind of, you know, hinted to being a sequel, you know, not really. I don't know, man. This is actually really confusing, okay? Now, if you haven't listened to the audio drama, don't listen to me right now if you want to get spoiled. If you want to click off this video, click off the video, because I'm going to talk about the audio drama scene, and it's not really spoilers, but if you don't want to, you know, hear it for yourself in the game, then don't listen to me right now. So so yeah, hey, bye, but you can stay. But alright, so let's talk about this audio. So now, I'm not going to say all of it, okay? I'm basically going to read it out in my thinking. And apparently, this is what I think of this whole audio drama. That Titus and Yuna their love is not going well. They are thinking, or Yuna's thinking of getting separated, or Titus thinking get separated, but Yuna thinks that she's into this other guy, but then one person said, oh, that makes no sense because that voice actor sounds like 14 years old, so Yuna can't like that person. So it's basically a love fight. That's what it seems like in this audio thing. And then another one was when Titus and Pavel, two fans were trying to find Titus, and they're like, "Oh, where's Titus? You know, the Blitzball star and everything. You know, where is he? Where is he?" So maybe I hope this isn't like some weird ass love kind of story, really cheesy story, if they ever did a Final Fantasy X Free, because honestly, it's too much of that it's too much like that in the world. So let's see. Lulu even said she doesn't look like Auron, like Yuna looks like Braska, and Titus looked like Jet. She mentioned it. What? See, this is really confusing. Apparently a daughter, or this. See, this sounds like a really weird love story. All right, let me read out a little thing. When she asks Lulu if her mother is a liar, she tells her that she wouldn't go far. But if Auron was really her father, she would definitely make sure she would know, because that's how Auron was. Okay, how did Auron have a kid? Auron was like, a spoiler alert if you haven't played Final Fantasy X, but, well, if you be listening to this, you know, I guess you played Final Fantasy X, but Auron was dead. He's been dead this whole time. He died when he's like 21 against Unalexia, and I'm pretty sure he can't make a baby when he's dead, you know, or, you know, unsent, you know, or maybe you can, maybe it's some fucked up shit, but, yeah, and then at the end of the bonus audio, Yuna's famous words from Final Fantasy X about beating Sin are back, with the crowd cheering. You know what that means, right? So, wait, are you telling me Sin's back? Maybe Auron got turned into Sin? Is this going to be a whole new, is the calm over? Is Sin back? That's what it kind of sounds like to me right now. It kind of sounds like a love Twilight story, and also with Sin coming back. Okay, maybe not Twilight. It's not bad. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, it just seems like that. You know, maybe Sin is back. Maybe Orin, when he was on Sin, maybe somehow he got into Sin. I know Yevon is dead, but you know Square. You know a Square that they pull off something every time. Every time they pull off something, and they can either go for the good or go for the alright. You know, never bad, never bad. The only bad Final Fantasy game that ever make was Final Fantasy 14. Not 14 Realm Reborn, but the first Final Fantasy 14. That was the only game that I would never play in my life again of Final Fantasies. That game. But everything else, they don't disappoint. They either go way out and be amazing, or it's pretty alright, so maybe, hopefully, this game, if they're actually going to do a sequel, and I know some people are going to hate and diss this because I was saying that Lightning Returns should not get sequels, anymore, no more sequels, but that's because it's been going on for a 5-year straight period, But if you're like Final Fantasy VII, and when Final Fantasy VII comes out, and then years on later, Crisis Core comes out, that's fine, because you're not working on the same game fully on straight and putting other new titles of Final Fantasy aside. It makes a huge difference when working on a game for 5 years straight and making sequels for that game 5 years straight than working on a game 13 years ago and then making another sequel later on in the future. That is normal. That is fine, because they're not pushing back any new titles of Final Fantasy. And that's what I think. And I think that's a good way to think about it. And hopefully, when Final Fantasy 15 comes out, hopefully they won't have a full-on time period, like 5 years straight of Final Fantasy 15. Not saying Final Fantasy 15 is going to be bad. I think Final Fantasy 15 is going to save this Final Fantasy community. But I think that it's 5 years straight of sequels is not good, because you just dropped so many in sales, and Lightning Returns, the Final Fantasy series did that, dropped so many in sales, and that's just how it went. Lightning Returns was the most lowest sold Final Fantasy game due to date right now. So, it says something. It says something about the sequels. I'm not hating or anything. I'm just saying this out of my own point of view, that they should not do that again, and if they are doing it again, be more organized about it, So, anyway, Kubos, you let me know in the comments below what you think about this audio for Final Fantasy X free. Do you think it's like a new Sin? I don't know what the hell, how Orin had a kid. It seems like he had a kid. It seems like Lulu and Titus, are having some love fight or whatever. And yeah, or actually, let me read this. Apparently, Yuna woke up from her bad dream, aka her 10.2 version, and she is talking like her FF10 self again. Riku and Pain aren't mentioned in this bonus audio. So apparently, Yuna's going back to the summer side, because maybe Sin is back, something like that. Hey, who knows, Kubos, but hey, you let me know in the comments below, Kubos. I just want to talk about this tent free stuff a little bit, and talk about Final Fantasy and the sales and everything as well. So, anyway, Kubos, hope you enjoyed. I'm Final, and I'm out. Kubo. See ya!